All right, Anthony on Air Podcast back for another episode on this show, day 15 of the Ghislaine Maxwel trial. The jury is still in deliberations. They request some more documents. Ghislaine's team high fives, and the jury to Judge Alison Nathan says, no, thank you. We're covering all the latest here on the Ghislaine Maxwel trial, brought to you by our great pals over at Jumpstart Coffee Company. Makes a great gift. 50% of their profits goes to the Navy SEAL Foundation. Order your coffee today with the link in the description below. Use the promo code AOA15. More on that in a moment. Let's talk about jury deliberations, day 15 of the case. The jury requested some more documents today. We made a really big stink out of this last episode about how they asked for 3 out of the 4 accusers' testimony in document form, and we wondered, why didn't they ask for the 4th? Well, they asked for the 4th today. So I don't know if it's just they didn't have time or didn't think that they would need to see that. I was speculating that it was the 4th one was obviously the latest one to go, so perhaps their testimony was fresh in their minds, and now they're asking for that transcript from Kate's testimony. I mean, it makes sense. Like you're reading there's a lot of information here. This trial didn't go as long as we all thought. Still a ton of information, totally understand, and it justifies the request. Other interesting thing to note here is they also asked for the testimony of Juan Alessi as well. I think he's super important to this case. A lot of people talking about the accusers. Juan puts a lot of these girls at the beach, at the West Palm Beach house, not only with Epstein, but with Maxwell as well. And I think that is super important. Another bizarre request here from the jury. They had already gotten, like I said, the 3 out of the 4 transcripts. They asked for one of them, Jane's testimony. They wanted it again, but this time in a 3-ring binder. I don't know what to make of that, but that's what they asked for today. So, I don't know what you can make of that. Now, Ghislaine Maxwel's team did high five in the court today. Was it because of this fact? Hang on one second. Let's do our live read for Jumpstart Coffee Company. Of course, if you've been enjoying the podcast, it's not possible without good sponsors like our pals over at Jumpstart Coffee Company. Great coffee, great cause. Like I said, 50% of their profits goes to the Navy SEAL Foundation, which supports the Navy SEALs, our veterans, and of course, their families as well. Purchase some Jumpstart Coffee Company. You'll be helping this podcast, you'll be helping Jumpstart, and you'll be helping the Navy SEALs all in one shot. That's a win-win-win if you watch The Office. Promo code AOA15 saves you 15%. Use the link in the description below. If you're looking to buy somebody a big Christmas gift this year, you want to spend around $100, you can do the subscribe and save, where you can say, hey, I want a fresh bag of coffee delivered every single month to my mom, my dad, my brother, maybe your cousin's a veteran, whatever. You can send it to their home, your home, 2 bags a month, 1 bag a month, 3 bags a month, whatever you guys go through, and they will just keep sending you the same amount every single month based on exactly how much you want. Save with the save and subscribe right there. Links and information with the link in the description of this episode. And don't forget to put in that promo code AOA15 to save yourself 15%. So after this deliberations, by the way, started around 9:30 in the morning and went all the way till the end of the day. When they asked for the transcripts and the more information, Maxwell's attorneys, Laura Menninger and Bobby Sternheim, gave each other a high five in court. This was before they discussed what their plans were going to be for the following day, for tomorrow, for Thursday the 23rd. So read into that what you will, but the defense team was celebrating for sure. Now, are they posturing for, the reporters in the courtroom? Looks like they high five. Are they posturing for Ghislaine Maxwel, want to put her at ease? Don't forget, she's got to pay their bill. So they're, I don't know if this is just wonderful client service, if they really feel good about the questions that are being asked. I'm not entirely sure. They're being very efficient. They're being studious. They're being, they're covering all the ground. You would think that if the return was coming back quickly, it would be highly in favor of the prosecution. You can make the argument that if they continue to deliberate further and further, there's one or two or three or however many on the jury that are not going along with the other jurors. You'd think that the longer this goes on, the better it is for Maxwell, which brings us to our next point, which is that the jury said to Judge Alison Nathan, no, thank you. Remember, we talked about this earlier in the week. Judge Alison Nathan said, hey, if you guys want, we can do deliberations into Thursday if we are going to be wrapping this up before the Christmas holiday. The jury sent a note back to Judge Alison Nathan today saying, no, thank you. So today was the last day of their deliberations before the holiday break. They will not return to the court tomorrow. They will come back on Monday with, by the way, stricter COVID protocols. There's another interesting wrinkle into this. But first, I want to talk about commas. I didn't put one in our description below, in our lower third here. If you're watching the podcast, I just wrote no thank you. It matters if the jury said no, comma, thank you, or no thank you. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between no thank you and no thank you. There's a difference there. I don't know which one they meant. It's been reported as reading no, comma, thank you. So I don't know. Again, a little snooty maybe on the jury's part. A lot of people are talking about this online, the no thank you. I don't know, whatever you want to read into it. I just think it looks like they have more to go. There was no hope that they were going to wrap this up on Thursday. So you have to think that the jury at least is thinking, we have a few more days of this. There's no reason to jam it in. Let's go and enjoy our holiday. We'll come back fresh on Monday. Speaking of which, I'm sure you've heard in the news, there has been a ton around the Omicron variant that is going around. Numbers in COVID cases are spiking. Judge Alison Nathan issued a warning, a polite reminder, I don't know what you want to call it, to the jury, saying, quote, I need you all here and healthy on Monday. More than 89,000 people in New York City have tested positive for COVID in the 7-day rolling period that ended on Tuesday. Judge Alison Nathan said that when they return on Monday, they are going to see some stricter COVID protocols, including the fact that the jurors now will have to wear hospital-grade masks, which will be handed out to them. So they're going to be stuck in masks for the entire day. I found this to be interesting. I thought they were wearing masks. I mean, again, people were testifying without masks, but behind a barrier. Everybody going into court was wearing a mask. The governor of New York recently passed a mandate saying everybody mask, public places, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So I don't know if this is just a change in the hospital grade or whatever it is, but she said that the courthouse itself is going to be under stricter protocols when they come back on Monday, the 27th. Why does this matter? Well, I mean, if you're annoyed and uncomfortable and wearing this thing and it's pulling on your ears and this and that, it may force the jurors into wanting to close things up early. Maybe they're giving up their arguments amongst each other. You know, all right, fine, you win. Throw in the towel a little quicker and easier sort of thing. You know, there's this effect in poker where when, you know, you see these long poker tournaments, they go on for days and weeks sometimes, hours on end. You're more likely to fold your hand or give up on a play if you're hungry, if you're eating, you know, if you're distracted by something else. The way you play tends to change. There's been tons of studies done that if you're playing against somebody who's eating at the table, which they do a lot in Vegas and Atlantic City and other places, you maybe be able to push them out a little bit easier than you would if they were just solely concentrating on their hand. Is this going to be the same thing with the jurors, that they're sitting there annoyed, aggravated with the whole mask wearing thing? We'll see. We'll see what happens. As far as what those stricter protocols are besides the hospital grade masks, we'll find out and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. But that's the latest update on the Ghislaine Maxwel trial. Next time they reconvene, we'll have a full on recap for you. So make sure you guys come back for that as well. And don't forget, Thursday, December 23rd, right here on the channel, we're going to have our Christmas Festivus special. J Sabs, Frankie C, you guys who joined us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a happy, fun, upbeat Christmassy thing to celebrate the holiday, to celebrate Festivus, the airing of the grievances, and just kind of be in a good spirited mood going into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And that'll be the last podcast we do before the Christmas holiday. We will, of course, be back next week as well. So stick around for that. Subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you'd like to watch or listen. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure on YouTube you hit that bell, get those notifications for when we drop a new episode. We're going to have a verdict any day now. So make sure you don't miss out and you're subscribed and getting those notifications. See you guys on the Christmas special next episode. Join us for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Until then, have a good one.